Good afternoon. So, Professor Falguni Sarkar sir is not today. So, I am engaging his class. So, I'll be teaching you the your mine legislation and safety engineering. You are having a subject which is called your mine legislation and safety engineering. So, this is related to safety. This this is related to your safety. So safety and health issues in surface mines. Today we are going to discuss about the safety and health issues in surface mines. So you know what is a surface mine? I have taught you. Surface mine means an excavation in the earth conducted above the ground, which is also called your open pit mining, for the purpose of opening up, probing, or producing any type of mineral, whether it is coal or iron ore from a natural deposit. It includes all facilities belonging to or used in connection with the surface mine. And the authority of the mining is means a government organization that is responsible for all or any part of occupational safety and health in mining. And you know that the safety and health aspect is taken care of uh, Director General Mine Safety (DGMS) located at Dhanbad. Government of central government is having a department under the Ministry of Mines, which is called your um, Director General Mine Safety. So they look after the safety and health of the people working in the mines. And the mine operator, the meaning of mine operator is any individual or organization who operates, controls, or supervises a mine is called as the mine operator. He may be the owner of the mine or he may be a lessee of the mine. These are the definitions used in surface mines. And who is a competent person? A competent person means a person who, in the opinion of the mine operator and the mining authority, has adequate qualification such as suitable training and sufficient knowledge and skill for the design, organization, supervision, and safe performance of the duties for which he or she is appointed. And we have also discussed earlier in your hazard class, hazard and rescue class also I have taken. So in the hazard class, you have come to know what is a hazard. Hazard means the potential to cause any type of injury or damage to the health of the people employed in the mines. And we have also discussed what is risk assessment. What is risk in mining? Risk means the likelihood that something will occur causing injury to the people, damage to the health of the people. That is called the risk of mining. So the general principle are categorized into the following heads. The application of these guidelines should take into account the following steps in order of priority. So your principle of safety management in the mines has to take care of the following, like you have to eliminate the risk associated with open cast mining, you have to control the risk at the source, and you have to minimize the risk. That is called your risk management using personal protective equipments. PPE, personal protective equipments, are to be used for taking care of the safety of the people. Safety inspections should be carried out at regular intervals so that if any lapse is there, then that can be pointed out. And there should be safety conferences um, regularly to take care of the safety and health in the mines. Conventions, conferences should be conducted regularly to take stock of the safety and health of the people working in the mines. The International Labour Organization Convention on Safety and Health in Mines was conducted in the year 1995, and it covers all mines, whether it is a coal mine, whether it is iron ore mine, whether it is metal mine, it covers all mines. It provides a floor, the minimum safety requirement against which all changes to the mine operations should be measured. The accompanying recommendation, which is advisory in nature, provides more specific guidance on the different sections of the convention or the conference. The conference sets out procedures for reporting and investigating the accidents and dangerous occurrences in the mines. Government of India, the government sometimes they ratify it, undertake to adopt legislation for its implementation, including the designation of the competent authority to monitor and regulate the various aspects of safety and health in the mines. More specific guidelines on safety and health in the surface mines, mainly for large-scale operations, can be found in the International Labour Organization's Code of Practice on Safety and Health in Open Cast Mines. So there are some provisions are there, general provisions in the rule, regulation, coal mines regulation, metal mines regulation. There are some general provisions are there. What is the duties of the mine operator, the mine owner, what he should do? The mine operator should notify the mining authority, means your DGMS, Director General Mine Safety, before starting any mining operation at any mine and before discontinuing or abandoning any existing mining activity. It is the duty and responsibility of the mine operator to intimate to the Director General Mine Safety before they start a mining operation, and at the same time after finishing the mining operation, after mine is exhausted, whenever they are going to close it, whenever they are going to discontinue the mining operation, whenever they are going to abandon the mining operation, then at that time also they have to give notice to the Director General Mine Safety that we are going to close the mine. Provide the mines authority has to provide all the equipment, all the apparatus, all the facilities and finance to ensure, as far as reasonably practicable, good mining practice and at an appropriate standard of occupational safety and health at the mine. The mine operator has to take care of the safety of the people working in the mines. They have to take care their health, and the mine operator has to make sure everyone understands their safety and health responsibilities, and the mines authority has to appoint, depending upon the number of mine workers employed in the mines and the nature and extent of mining operations, they have to appoint one or more competent persons, supervisors, mines managers, to supervise and control the operations at the mine. And the mines authority should encourage the workforce to be actively involved in safety and health risk as activities. So these are the general provisions and the duties and responsibilities of the mine owner while operating the mines. So there are certain requirements are there for the employment in the surface mines. Uh, there are certain requirements are there for employment in surface mine. Who can be employed in the surface mines? Work in a surface mine often has to be performed in a hostile and dangerous environment. In surface mines, during rainy season, the mine will be flooded with water. Because of heavy rain, the surface mines are flooded with water. And in summer season, there will be a lot of heat, dust in the surface mines. So in winter season, in snowfall areas, there will be snowfall in the mines. So the mine people, the mining workforce, the mining employees, they have to uh, carry out their job in hostile and dangerous environment. It can be made safe and productive by continual human efforts. Such efforts cannot succeed unless all the workers have certain skills and a good knowledge of possible hazards and risks. The people who are working in the surface mines, they should have the knowledge what are the hazards associated with surface mining, what are the risks associated with surface mining. They should have the knowledge, then only they can work efficiently without facing any safety problem, without facing any health problem. Therefore, it is vital to have the competent people and experienced persons who should be constantly on the site of the mine to supervise and control the mining operations and to carry out regular inspections. So you know that to work in the mine as a manager, the manager should have the first class mine manager's competency certificate. To act as a manager in a mine, the person should have the first class mine manager's certificate examination. He should have passed the first class mine manager certificate competency examination conducted by Director General Mine Safety. So this is the requirement of a mining engineer to become the manager of a mine. So after you graduate from this institute, you should appear the first class mine manager certificate, and if you clear the examination conducted by Director General Mine Safety, then only you can become the manager of a mine. So that is called competent authority, competent person who can supervise the mine. These are the requirements for employment in surface mines. So the supervisors, the managers should have immediate charge of all persons employed within the mine area of the operation, and they should be responsible for the safety, health and welfare of all persons assigned to them. Each newly recruited mine worker should receive training, instructions, guidance and supervision in their respective work from the supervisor and adequate on-the-job training before being starting their work. So these instructions should include introduction to the working environment. Anybody who is going to join the mining operations as an employee, so after joining the mines, they have to go vocational training. So in every mine, there is a vocational training center is there. So the superintendent of the vocational training center has to impart training. He has to give instructions to the newly recruited mining people who are going to work in the mines. So the instructions uh, uh, to be given include introduction to the working environment, at what working environment you are going to work, and health and safety aspects of the tasks to be assigned, uh, hazard recognition and avoidance. So in the mining activity, there are many type of hazards associated with mining during the different mining operations. So the person who is going to work in the mine, he should be able to recognize the hazard and he should be able to avoid the hazard. And the person who are going to work in the mines, they should have the knowledge about the hazards relating to the explosives. You know that the explosives are used for the blasting purpose, and they should know how to handle the explosives. Proper handling and proper care of the explosives should be taken so that they do not explode inadvertently. And you know that in surface mines, ground control is a problem. Ground movement will take place. ground to uh, uh, failure will take place, bench failure will take place because of the ground movement. So how to take care of the um, ground motion and how to work in that area, ground control and working in areas of high walls. The high walls are the bench heights which sometimes fell down and slide downwards. So boulders will slide downwards and it will strike the people who are working below the bench. So the people who are going to work in the mines, they should have the knowledge of ground control and working in areas of high walls. And you know that in surface mines, the heavy earth moving machineries are used, different type of equipments are used, heavy earth moving machineries like your dumpers, shovels, drag lines, bucket wheel excavators, bucket chain excavators, surface miners, all the different type of surface mining equipments, heavy earth moving machineries are used in surface mines. So they should know the hazards associated with the machineries and equipments used in surface mines. And they should have the basic knowledge of the first aid also, because if somebody has made an accident, so somebody should be available to give the first aid to the person who has made the accident. You know that to become the mines manager, you have to clear your first aid examination. You have to take first aid training, and after that you have to write the examination that you have undergone first aid training. You have to pass the first aid training. You have to obtain the first aid certificate. Then only you can appear the first class mine manager certificate. So you should have the first aid training. If somebody is injured, how to do a bandage, how to uh, take care of uh, the person who is suffering or who has fall down uh, from the mines machineries or from the upper bench to the lower bench or anywhere, any type of accident somebody is meeting, then somebody should be there to give the first aid before taking him to the hospital. You should have the knowledge to give first aid, like your um, uh, you should have a first aid box. In the first aid box, you know that different type of medicines are there, different types of ointments, different type pain relievers, everything is available in the first aid box. So if somebody is meeting an accident, then you have to uh, give the first aid to him. So these are the knowledge you should have while working in the mine. So no mine worker should be assigned to work alone in a remote place or where a hazard might exist. So the people should be encouraged to work in groups. Nobody should work alone, because suppose somebody is working alone and he meets an accident or his health is down and he has fallen down. So nobody will be available nearby to give first aid to him, to rescue him. That is why no mine worker should be allowed to work alone in a remote place uh, where hazards are existed. So these are the instructions you have to give to the mine workers before they work in the mines. If the workers have joined to work in the mines, so they have to undergo the vocational training in the mines. So there are certain obligations are there. Mine workers, means mine authority has the obligation to provide safe work environment. That is the obligation of the mine owner. But the mine workers who are working in the mines, they are also having some duties and responsibilities to take care themselves. There are certain obligations also assigned to them. Mine workers are also having their own obligations. So the no mine worker should take any action at the workplace which could cause danger to other workers, damage to mining equipments, obstruct the production of the minerals in the mines. So this is the obligation of mine workers to see that they do not take any action by which the it will be a danger for other workers, and it will be danger to the mining equipment, and it will obstruct the production. So this is the major obligation of a mine worker, and every mine worker should fully comply with the rules and regulations, instructions issued by the mining operator, and should make proper use of and take reasonable care of any personal equipment provided for his protection. So you know that in the mines, while you work in mine hazards and rescue class, I have taught you the personal protective equipments are given to the mine workers so that they work safely in the mines. So like your helmets, gumboots, and jackets, and other goggles, gloves, they have to use. These are the personal protective equipments the mine operators, the mine workers, they have to use while they work in the mines. So what are the actions you have to take to prevent the danger? You know that the mines are the places where certain type of dangers are associated with mining, hazards associated with mining. So what action should be taken to prevent the danger? So every mine worker, while working in the mines, should take reasonable care for the safety and health of himself or herself and of other persons who may be affected by their acts or omissions. And every worker working in the mines should comply with the instructions given for his own safety and health and of those other workers who are working nearby him. And the mine worker should report immediately to the supervisor any situation which he or she considers hazardous and which he or she cannot correct himself. If this measure cannot be taken, the mine worker should immediately warn all workers who could be in danger. So these are the actions to be taken by the mine workers to prevent the danger. And the mine worker should report any type of accident, any type of injury or dangerous occurrence which arises in the course of or in connection with the mining work. And the other action which is to be taken to prevent the danger is every mine worker should leave the area as soon as possible after being warned of danger, except for rescue or first aid workers who may be required to assist in rescue work. So these are the actions to be carried out by the mine workers to prevent the danger in the mine environment. And in every mine, there are certain facilities are there. As far as possible, at or near every site where mining is regularly carried out, there should be a clearly marked storage facility for the first aid equipment, first aid box, somewhere to store the safety and personal protection equipments, somewhere secure storage for explosives and short firing equipment. Usually, the explosives and short firing equipments are kept in the magazines situated far away from the mine's premises. Somewhere they have to store the mining tools and equipments. There should be adequate washing, sanitary, and changing facilities in every mine. As per the Mines Act, there should be washing facility, bathing facility, sanitary, hygiene, and latrines, bathrooms should be there in the mining premises so that people can change their dresses, they can take bath. And there should be adequate accommodation for the mine workers when mining operations are located in the remote areas. So there should be houses where the mine workers can be accommodated. And relationship between the mine owner, mine operator, and the workforce should be based on regular consultation, consensus, and fairness. So there should be proper coordination between the mine management and the Mine Workers Association, mine employees, mining sardars, mining maids, blasters, uh, and all other mining people who are working in the mines. They are they have to uh, be a part of the mine management. The top managers, the executive engineers, so they have to consult the workers. There should be meeting with them, so that there will be proper coordination between the mine management and the mine workers. Then only the safety and health aspect can be properly taken care of. And you know that whenever mining activities are going on, mining accidents takes place. Different type of mining accidents takes place uh, because of the dangerous occurrences. So let us define what is a mining accident. Mining accident means any occupational injury to any person as a result of mining work within the area of mining activity, for which medical treatment is administered or which results in loss of consciousness or death of some person. Dangerous occurrence means any unplanned event at any mine that has the potential to cause an injury or disease to the persons working at the uh, working at the mine site. So a dangerous occurrence could be an event that substantially affects regular mining activity, such as landslides. In open cast mines, landslides, failure of the benches, rock sliding, collapse of the working phase, major fall of the rock, boulders fell down from the top bench and slides downward towards the bottom bench. In rush of water, there may be in rainy season, lot of water may get into the mine, heavy in rush of water into the mine, flooding of the mine, the unintentional ignition, fire in the mines, detonation of unintentional detonation of the explosives. So these are the different dangerous occurrences which can take place in your mining environment, and because of that reason the accidents may take place. So this is the definition of mining accidents and dangerous occurrences. So the dangerous occurrences causes damage to or disrupts the operation of any vital mining machinery or equipment. For example, if a big boulder is rolling down from the top of the bench to the bottom of the bench, then at the bottom of the bench there may be some equipment, there may be some machinery, there may be some people who may be hit by the sliding rock mass, by the boulder. So, and sometimes the dangerous occurrences also occur because of the explosion in the mines, because of fire in the mines, because of bursting of pressure vessel in the pneumatic machines. So, these are the dangerous occurrences which can take place in the mines and which will lead to the accidents. And the it requires the withdrawal of miners or any other emergency action. If any danger is there, if any dangerous occurrence is there in the mines, then sometimes you have to withdraw the mine workers from the mines and you have to take some emergency action. And it will endanger any individual at the mine. If any dangerous occurrence is there, it will endanger any individual at the mine, and the response to mining accidents and dangerous occurrences are to be carried out by the uh, uh, mine safety people, like your rescue station people, mine rescue and recovery people. They will come and response to the mining accidents. So at any mine where an accident or dangerous occurrence takes place, the mine operator should ensure that the necessary steps are taken to evacuate and to treat the injured mine workers, and immediate action should be taken to prevent further danger arising from the event. And after that, an investigation is to be carried out into the cause of the mining accident, why the accident has taken place, why the dangerous occurrence has occurred. uh, so for that purpose, you have to carry out the investigation, uh, uh, so that preventive action can be taken to avoid similar events in the future. The result of the investigation is recorded in a bound-paged book provided for that purpose, and the mining authority, the DGMS, Director General Mine Safety, is notified about the event which has taken place in your mines. After a mining accident has taken place, after a dangerous occurrence has taken place, the mining authority, the Director General Mine Safety, should assist the mine authority to ensure that improved practice will prevent it from happening again. Today, the accident has taken place. Tomorrow, that accident should not take place. For that purpose, you have to improve the mining practice so that such type of dangers will not come again in your mining environment. So these are the things you should know uh, to take care of the safety and health of the people. So there are different type of hazards associated with your mining work environment. Hazards associated in the mining work environment. In the working environment of a surface mine, open cast mine, airborne contaminants, atmospheric pollutants such as rock dust and fumes, which are uh, uh, floating in the mine air atmosphere. Excessive noise is another problem because of the heavy earth moving machineries. There may be noise pollution. There may be vibration, ground vibration because of the blasting. There may be heat stress because of the summer season, hot season, and there may be ergonomic problems. The mine operators, the dumper drivers, the shovel operators. So if there is not a proper sitting place is there in the cabin, in the operator's cabin, so there will be some ergonomic problems that can create health risks to the mine workers who are subject to frequent and prolonged exposure uh, to them. So these are the hazards associated with work environment. So the place where working, the work environment in surface mines uh, contains the airborne dust and airborne fumes which are dangerous to inhale. There may be noise because of the operation of drill machines, because of the operation of the shovel, because of the operation of the drag line, because of the operation of the bucket wheel excavators, because of the operation of the surface miners. So a lot of noise will be generated in the mining environment, which will affect your eardrums. The noise will affect the noise will affect your eardrums. You will not be able to hear. Hearing loss will be there. If a person is exposed to noise more than 90 dBA for 8 hours, he temporarily he will suffer from hearing problem. Uh, so that is the rule regulation existing with respect to noise. So noise level should be less than 90 dB. Okay, and similarly the vibration level is sometimes becomes very high. As a result, the nearby structures are damaged because of the blasting. Ground vibration will take place, and nearby roads, structures, railway lines, villages, houses, buildings will be damaged because of the ground vibration, and you have to control the ground vibration in the mining area so that that will not become a danger. Heat stress in summer season, because of the heat, people also suffer from heat stress and ergonomic problems while operating the machine, while sitting on the operator's cabin. Proper uh, sitting arrangement should be there so that ergonomic problem will not be there. So these are the risks associated with the mining work environment. And if a person is exposed to prolonged period, then he has to take care of all these things to avoid the unsafe working environment, unhealthy work environment. So these are the hazards associated with mining. And in open cast mines, dust and fumes are a great danger. So while drilling, a lot of dust is generated. While blasting, a lot of dust and fumes are generated. So dust and fumes are a great source of annoyance to the people working in the mines. So the dust is an airborne contaminant, such as rock dust, are mainly produced during operations, drilling operations. Airborne dust is produced because of the drilling operation, mineral gating, loading the minerals, transporting the minerals. So a lot of dust is generated. Loading, crossing the minerals at the crossing plant, crossing the rock or ore, and at the time of blasting, a lot of dust is generated, which is called your rock dust. And this dust, if you don't catch the dust, nowadays the dust catchers are there, so that the dust will not be allowed to go to the environment. So the persons who are exposed to excessive dust, so if it is a coal dust, the person will suffer from pneumoconiosis disease. If it is a silica dust, the person will suffer from silicosis. If it is a asbestos dust, the person is going to suffer from asbestos dust. If it is other type of dust, uh, uh, then the person is going to suffer, because the dust uh, particles, uh, uh, if they enter to your lungs, the lungs are going to be affected. So, and the people will suffer from different type of diseases. So these are called your minors diseases. So therefore, persons exposed to excessive dust for prolonged period may suffer from permanent lung diseases, uh, such as silicosis. If it is dealing with silica, silicosis. If it is dealing with coal dust, then your pneumoconiosis. If it is asbestos mine, asbestosis. And if it is a fiber mine, fibrosis diseases will be developed. So therefore, as far as practicable, the dust should not be allowed to go to the environment. Uh, it should be contained. The dust should be catched. The dust catcher should be there to catch the dust. It should not be allowed to go to the atmosphere. It should be prevented to go to the atmosphere, particularly in stagnant zones. And dust should be controlled and suppressed by different means. So the dust should be suppressed by water spraying, using wet drilling techniques, by water, so the dust will not be allowed to go to the atmosphere. It should be suppressed. Using water sprays during mineral gating, loading, unloading, crossing, so that the dust is not going to the atmosphere. In general, any stone surface mine being worked should be kept moist. Water spraying should be done to keep it moist, to reduce the escape of dust into the atmosphere. On the haul roads, while the trucks are moving, dumpers are moving on the haul road should be wet through water sprinkling, so that dust will not be generated. Where such dust control measures are not provided or have not been developed, mine workers exposed to excessive dust concentrations in their working environment should always use personal protective equipments, such as dust masks. The workers should use the dust masks so that the dust will not enter to their lungs, to prevent dust from being inhaled to the lungs. So these are the uh, problems associated with dust and fumes in the mines. So you see here, use of water to suppress the dust, and you have to use a dust mask while drilling. While drilling the holes in surface mines, so you have to wear the dust mask. you have to wear the dust mask so that the dust is not going to be inhaled by you and the dust is not going to your lungs. So if the dust is going to your lung will be affected. And at the same time, while drilling, the water should be sprayed. Water should be sprayed so that the dust will be suppressed. It will not go to the atmosphere. So use of water to suppress the dust and use of dust masks is a must while the drilling operations are carried out in the mines. So if at the time of blasting, at the when you are blasting, when you are blasting this drilling, then at the time of blasting, you are using different type of explosives. At the time of blasting, you are using different type of explosives, and you know that while blasting, lot of harmful gases, fumes are generated. Fumes produced during blasting operations contain toxic gases such as sulfur dioxide, nitrous fume, nitric oxide, which when inhaled can lead to serious health damage. Therefore, the mine workers should not approach a working phase after shot firing until the dust and dangerous gaseous products of the blast have completely dissipated. The exhaust from diesel engines also contains harmful gases, harmful fumes, including very fine respirable particles. Frequent and prolonged exposure to diesel exhaust is a health risk and should be prevented. As far as practicable, stationary diesel equipment should not be operated in stagnant zones or close to the workplaces. Simple dust masks do not protect against toxic gases which are present in after blasting is done. A lot of blast fumes are generated. Diesel exhaust fumes are generated. Uh, so these are very toxic. They should not be inhaled. So the persons uh, uh, only wearing the dust mask will not be sufficient. So the persons should not work or travel where hazards may be created as a result of impaired visibility due to dust or fumes. So these are the problems uh, associated with harmful dusts and fumes. So in the next class, we are going to discuss about the tomorrow 4 o'clock. You are having tomorrow 4:15. You are having a class. So tomorrow, uh, uh, 4 o'clock or 4:15, we'll study about the noise problems associated with open cast mining. What is noise, how the noise will be controlled, and what are the health problems associated with noise we are going to discuss tomorrow. Okay, so today I have given a brief introduction to safety and health issues in surface mines. While working in the surface mines, there are certain dangers associated with it. There are certain uh, type of hazards associated with open cast mining, and there are certain type of dangerous occurrences also are there in the open cast mines. So what are the precautions should be taken? What are the instructions should be given to the mine workers? How the mine workers work in the mines so that these dangers can be eliminated. So these are the things you have to keep in your mind while working in the surface mines. So today we have discussed about dust, we have discussed about fumes after blasting, dust after drilling, so drilling, blasting, then loading, transportation. These are the places where a lot of dust are going to be generated. So tomorrow we are going to discuss about noise. Thank you. Thank you for your patient hearing. Have a good day. Have a good day. Thank you.